What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 66 and this is our final game with Olympique Lyonnais as we wrap up season 2 at the Coupe Stadium and our 7th season to say, playing the Coupe de France final against an Etienne as we go for back-to-back French Cups and of course a League and Cup domestic double after winning Ligue 1 in the last episode. It was a formality. We'd known it for about 8 game weeks we were going to do it. We kind of stumbled over the line a bit but got there in the end. And of course the bonus was Farre winning the player of the season, justified from our club captain, already becoming a club legend. And today, let's see if he can cement legendary status and guide us to a League and Cup double in France. And our first of the save, I think. Have we won a league? I don't think we did with Sunderland, did we? So yeah, chance here for history of the save. Our first in my tenure with Lyon, and hopefully the perfect way to end our second and final year with Lyon, because regardless of what happened, said before, this will be our final season at the Coupe Stadium and we're moving elsewhere for season 8. So final game, it is the Coupe de France final, and Etienne at the Parc des Princes, Allez Lyon. And yes, I know we won the treble with Sunderland, but in terms of just pure domestic league and cup doubles, haven't done that yet, so chance to do something for the first time in the save here. But it's not good save on Cambalia. It's a good save straight at him. It's not going to be easy. This is a decent St Etienne side, to be fair. Finished mid-table this year in Ligue 1, but also worth pointing out as well. I mentioned this before. Like, they are one of the most decorated French football teams of all time. You know, if you don't count PSG's kind of like recent run in the past decade or so, then they would be, I think, the most second decorated French football team of all time. They really have been a historic big club in France. It's only in recent years where they've really kind of struggled to replicate what they had during their dominant period. But it's a good team with a lot of history. Despite that being the case, we are favourites, but it's not going to be one-sided. Slow start here from Lyon, still 0-0. Yeah, believe me, this is not a formality. Don't forget, we're missing Malik for Farre as well, who's one of our highest-rated players. And whilst he's been inconsistent at times this season, well, the whole Lyon team's been inconsistent this season for the most part, other than maybe like one stretch through the middle of the campaign. This is not a formality by any stretch of the imagination. We'll have to be on it if we are to pick up back-to-back French Cups and retain it. And what I really need is this guy to be on his game! But when is he ever of it? Farre in the cup final does it again. He scored in every single round. Is it any surprise he scores in the final 2? Lyon legend in just 2 years, and I've said it, whilst the Ant-Man and Kyle were great in our Sunderland years, he's the real hero of the save, and we've only had 2 years with him. Farre once again. There's no doubt about it. Wherever we go next, Farre will be coming with me. Obviously, the Ant-Man and Kyle, we hope to bring them here to Lyon at some point, but because we've been working with incredibly limited budgets, we just couldn't afford to do so. If I really wanted to, I could have possibly gutted the team this season, or maybe sold a couple of star players. Maybe we could have sold for Farre. Go on, Gomes, have a dig. Oh, keeper. Had to watch that with it dipping in the air, and maybe for Farre, maybe Morton, and I could have possibly brought in again either Garot or maybe Norton if I was lucky, but I didn't want to move away from what we were doing with Lyon, which was building the team up gradually, going for a more realistic rebuild, aiming to give it a new core of oh come on ref, you're gonna both for half time now, you know, a nationalist kind of feel as well. And I like how we've built the team. But put it this way, wherever we go next, I don't know where it's going to be, we will be bringing Farre with us. I'll break the bank to bring him with me. He is the hero of this save. It's funny because in my career modes, I often see in the comments, like, people will kind of like guess who the hero, who's going to be the main guy of the save. And, you know, a lot of people think it's the first big youth player that bursts on the scene, or the first big signing I make, or young sign that turns out to be a big player for us. And, you know, with the players that we've had in this save, it took into our 6th season for us to find a hero, and that just goes to show you that you can't predict when it's going to happen, and that's what helps long career mode stay fresh and fun for me. You never know when someone's going to, you know, burst onto the scene in your save, no matter how many seasons you've done. I did a career mode with Luton Town a couple of years ago. It took until I think it was season 8 when I found one of the most important, well, two of the most important players actually, in Abdullah, who was the regen of Salah, as Buadi has a shot easily caught, but also Maldonado. Those became two of the biggest players in the save. They didn't appear until the 8th season, you know, so it goes to show you, man, those long career modes, there's always a chance to keep them fresh late on as you go searching for those new heroes, and Freddie has been nothing other than heroic during this time with Olympique Lyonnais. He's got the goal. It is still 1-0 Lyon. It's not been a classic of a final, but it does appear as right now Etienne are really struggling to get the ball and do any damage. It's going to be Olympique Lyonnais holding on to the title. Ghana well in. I can't tell you, by the way, how good he's I can't tell you, by the way, how good he's been for me this season. Like, I say this all the time, like, to condense my episodes, it is so difficult to do, as I'm sure you can understand when you consider how many games we try and squeeze in per episode, and obviously with everything else going on with transfers and off the pitch stuff as well, it's hard to condense the episodes. So when you're trying to condense the games, you know, you've got to leave things out. But in terms of defensive highlights, like, he has been unbelievable this season at Ghana. Unbelievable pickup, and a big reason why we have such a great defensive campaign for the 2nd year in a row. Oh, Freddie to Le Rochelle. Good save to keep it at just 1-0 for now, but it's literally all Olympique Lyonnais. Maybe St Etienne had the first kind of half chance, but since then it's been dominance from the holders. We're going for that second goal, and I think we're going to get it. Keep the foot on the gas pedal, and I feel confident we'll get that second goal and get this wrapped up. It's going to be also well in right now. We have 18 minutes to play. Felix will find Freddie. Nice first touch. Tries to skip away from Santos down the right hand side. Lemmer, keep going. No, keep going. There we go. Slide you through the gap there. Freddie's there again. There's Atan Ghana. And I love it. He gets the dagger as well, because it's going to drop to Gomes, who will hit the dagger. He's had a great underrated season. That's going to do it now. Gomes with the rebound goal. A little bit lucky, but nothing lucky about the performance. It's been all one-way traffic. Lyon will recapture the cup and will win the domestic double. That is definitely confirmed now. Slightly fortunate, but you've got to be in the right place at the right time. Gomes was 2-0, game over. Cup stays in Lyon. My goal after taking over Olympique Lyonnais was to bring them back to the top of French football, restore parity to the country, which has been dominated by Paris Saint-Germain for quite some time. I'd like to say job done for sure, as Felix Le Rochelle steps in, and Freddie's so close to getting the dagger. Well, I say dagger. 3rd goal. And yeah, in the end, it is a perfect way to bow out with Olympique Lyonnais. I know. It would have been lovely to have won their first ever European trophy, and we possibly could have gone for it in Season 3 with the team we're building. Maybe 1 or 2 good recruits in the summer. We could go for it, and it's always really hard, like when you have a moment like this, to think, should I reconsider, should I stay? But no, my mind's been made up for a while. I said it's the last dance, and it's the perfect way to bow out and drift into the night sky. Olympique Lyonnais win it back-to-back. We are now back on top of France. It is a League and Cup domestic double for Lyon. Last season against Marseille, it took until right at the end of extra time to get the breakthrough in a battle of chess in a really tactically dominated, slow-paced game. This one not quite the same. In the end, it was Lyon dominant. So Etienne had the first shot, and it was almost like it woke up the beast. We knew after that we had to start attacking. We did. We got the opener, then we got the second. We could have had a third, but in the end, I'm satisfied with the 2-0 scoreline. Lyon, champions of France. Definitely now the best team in the country as well. League and Cup double, and again the perfect way to bow out of the Group Ama Stadium. As you see the stats here, really dominant victory, and well deserved for Olympique Lyonnais to win that French Cup along with the League and title. That's it, the perfect way to bow out. Farewell Lyon, and thank you very much. What a great second chapter this has been. And now it's time for our next adventure. And with a look at other competitions around the world, starting with the French second tier where Paris FC and Montpellier bounced back to the top tier and Rodez would join them after winning the relegation playoff as well. We now take a look at the European competitions where in the Conference League, which I always find fascinating, obviously Europe's bronze competition now, I've got to say, it's growing on me. I was a bit sceptical when it was first introduced, but it's starting to grow on me. I think it's really cool when you see what teams go far. And yeah, it was a Celta Vigo PSV final and the Dutch side beat the side from Gala to win the bronze competition in Europe this year. As for the Europa League, well, it was nice to see the Black Cats going far into the semi-finals, but their progress did end on penalties to Tottenham Hotspur, who they themselves made the final, but lost on spot kicks to Napoli as the Italian side win Europe's silver competition this season. And of course, a reminder for the Champions League, an awful league phase campaign, one of my worst ever, but we bailed ourselves out with the win, back-to-back wins, wasn't it, to make the playoffs. Made it through final, but of course did come up short to Man City in the official last 16. In the end, as you'll see, they overcame Inter to make the semis, but did lose an all-English final badly to Arsenal. But how about this? First ever Champions League for RB Leipzig as Red Bull shares went through the roof as they beat Arsenal in the Champions League final. And so the final thing we'll do with Olympique Lyonnais is take one last look at the team that we inherited and rebuilt here at the Groupama Stadium. There were a few players that we inherited that were still key players. Valentin, of course, and Cambadio between the sticks, and of course Malik Fofana on the wing as well. But for the most part, we rebuilt the team really well. And I said when we came in, I didn't just want to sign one world-class superstar. Yeah, of course I wanted to bring back Bradley Barcola. Yeah, of course I was dreaming of Kylian Mbappe returning to France, but the likelihood was we weren't going to do that with the money we had. We had to be very strategic with the budgets and make good investments for the future. Right now, amazing signing for us. Obviously, no one better than Freddie Farre. Great return from Malo Gusto as well. But yeah, I love how we rebuilt the team. When we inherited Lyon, it was a bit of a mess. We didn't really know what kind of team they were trying to build, but we said what we wanted to do was give it a strong nationalist core, give it a new kind of identity. We did that. We brought in some great young talent, didn't completely break the bank for one player. I love how the wage structure as well remained very low as well. We didn't put on anyone on super high contract. I think Malo Gusto was our highest earner, but even on that, 60 grand a week in one day football, it's not actually a great deal. Yeah, I thought we rebuilt the team brilliantly well here. Love this little stint with Olympique Lyonnais. And I know, I said, we could go for the Champions League next year. We could go in our third and make that our final year, but I'm content. I'm more than content. My goal was to take them back to the top of France. We've done that. Yes, the European honour would have been lovely. Could have possibly won it last year in the Europa League. Never really believed we had a chance in the Champions League, but I'm more than content with the team we've built here. I'm more than content saying farewell after the 2 years. But like I said before, this guy will be coming with me. Wherever we go, man, this guy will be coming with me. Absolutely amazing stats now at 88 overall. 24 in the prime of his career. Yeah, 2 amazing years with Lyon. Player of the season in Ligue 1 this season. He will be coming with me. There is no doubt about that. So, question is, where are we going? So unlike last season, I have no clubs on my watch list. I've kept a very open mind as to where we could go next. I think we're done in France now. 2 years here in Ligue 1, taken Lyon back to the top of French football. It's what I wanted to do, and we've done that. But unfortunately, the 2 teams I've kept a very close eye on, which I feel as though I should be able to go for, I can't. One is Bayern Munich, could be knocked off their perch in Germany. With the Allianz Arena now in career mode, it will be the perfect time to go there for only the second time in my YouTube career. I'd love to do that, but unfortunately not available. The Serie A, as you can see, Juve, Milan, I can apply for that job there. You've got Napoli, Inter. Can I apply for the Roma job? Pretty sure I can. I can indeed. I'll declare interest, but fair enough. I'd still get a job anyway, as the hiring likelihood is certain. But yeah, Milan was one I was definitely keen on. I guess I could possibly go there. Maybe Roma, but the team I really wanted is here, Barcelona. How is Thomas Lecce safe at Barcelona? 5th place finish, didn't even qualify for the Champions League. This is where I want EA to... If a club underperforms massively and the hiring likelihood is certain, as it is for every team now due to my stature in world football, they should let you declare interest in those positions, even if the manager position is considered to be safe. for whatever reason, I still think you should be able to declare interest in that team because we've seen it recently. We've seen managers go into a new job very quickly after being linked, like we saw with Nuno going to West Ham so quickly after leaving Nottingham Forest. But unfortunately, that's the one I really wanted, Barcelona, but not available. I might even go left field. I might even go completely left field. For the first time in career mode now, you're not kind of locked to a continent once you kind of start to dominate in world football. If I wanted to, I could go to Belgium and join Standard Liège. That would be a really cool little stint there. I could even go outside of the continent and possibly go to, well, obviously not China, but maybe to the MLS, maybe to the Argentinian league. You never know, right? And as for the Premier League, by the way, Sunderland, it is insecure, that job security. I have my eye on it, but it's not available yet. I'm not against returning for one last dance, but unfortunately for the Premier League, nothing really available at all this season, which is a shame. So I wouldn't mind going back to the Premier League, but not possible for next season. But that's it, guys. I don't know where we're going next. I quite literally mean this. I've got no idea. Last time when I left Sunderland, I had a slight suspicion. I kind of knew we were going to France with a couple of jobs that were available. In the end, we chose Lyon. It was a brilliant decision. We had a great 2 years at the Groupama Stadium. Really, really fun next stint. But for next season, in our next chapter of the career mode, I've got no idea where we're going. I'm really excited to find out, and I hope you guys are as well. But thank you for watching Season 2 at Lyon, Season 7 of The Save, and the end of the fantastic chapter of the Groupama Stadium. Much love to you all. Have a brilliant day. Enjoy the goal of the season compilation. I'll be back with a brand new season, our 8th for The Save, our 3rd chapter, our 3rd new team, very soon.
She stole a smile and my heart responded. She's everything I never knew I wanted. And money won't